My name is Brooklyn Silas. I've been involved with CCH for about a year and a half. People who know me outside of CCH know that I used to kind of struggle with writing. And not because I didn't like it, but being vulnerable, sharing parts of you, pieces of you. It looks like being selfless. I think some people I know see me paint and write, and they were like, well, Brooklyn, these people from CCH is coming, it's this lady, and I really want you to meet her. I'm talking about Claudia. And Claudia was like, yeah, text me if you want to do some poetry for Horizons, or just, rally or something. And I'm like, okay. Participating in Horizons definitely gives me an outlet for my words, because I have a lot in my heart. I have a lot that I want to say, So when I'm working with Horizons, like, what it gives me is a way to be there for those who have less. I don't always have money to give. So being there for others in my words, it gives me a sense of purpose, fulfillment. It gives me the ability to express what's on my heart, for sure. And what I absolutely love about Horizons is it's work, but it's like work that I love, for sure. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the term poetic justice, but that's exactly what I felt like it was. Writing poetry, this is bigger than me. When I write, it's not just about me expressing myself. Who am I going to touch with these words? Again, I feel as though God called me to write. And one of the things that I feel like God taught me is who's on the other side of your obedience. And as I obey God to write the poetry that He called me to, using the gift that He gave me, I realized that all of those people who hear my words are on the other side of my obedience. So there's only one you. There's only one me. There's only one everybody. Everybody is independently, uniquely created. There's never another. So it's just like, if I don't operate in my gift, who will? So I think doing Horizons was an answer to a call for me, for sure. Survive the weather. I think about the simplicity of what I want home to be. Pillows, a bed and blankets to warm and comfort me. A roof over my head became a luxury. Imagining four walls that are safe to me. Foster home to foster home, that was the norm for me. Until I was about 9 years old, you see. There are too many stories of someone working a 9 to 5, then they wake up with garbage cans and skid marks as their company. I go home and lay down comfortably because God is blessing me, but I remember a time that wasn't available to me. I told you a part of my homelessness story, so can you listen to another word from me? Being homeless is more than just a tragedy to write a poem about. I mean, I feel down and out just thinking about the injustice of being left behind. Left behind by who? The ones who make the laws deciding what we can and cannot do. Why do some choose to buy the albums of their favorite celebrities who don't need a dime? But when the bag lady says she doesn't want your money, she just wants something to eat, you pay her no mind? Time. I want you to think about how much you have of it. God has placed the sky with clouds, planets, and stars in it. Do you think that you're above it? The janitor down the street remains humble while he's scrubbing. A veteran who fought for us in a McDonald's parking lot, holding a sign that says, if you just bring me a cup of water, I'll make love it. You put your head down with your hand on your eyes and you start rubbing. Anything to make it seem like you didn't see him, so you run to catch a fate bus that's not coming. I want you to take this very personal. Yes, I'm subbing. Because you are my brothers and sisters. God goes by Father, and His most important commandment was to start loving. To treat your neighbor how you want to be treated. Every time you see a homeless person, this should be too late. Hey, there's someone laying outside on South 68. It's cold outside. I have no money, but can somebody go bring him a coat and a plate? If you got no money, then take the time to maybe encourage him. And if you do got moolah, maybe even offer him a tap onto the L so he can get closer to the resources in this state. That's what love is. It's caring for those that aren't your blood like they are. Realize that every person in this economy keeps the country moving. When we ignore those who are hurting, there is also something that they would be able to give society that we're losing. I watched a video the other day of a homeless woman with a voice capable of making beautiful opera music. Crazy thing is, so many find opera amusing. Her placement in society is being abused, and now the higher-ups are benefiting from her God-given purpose being misused. And maybe if we invested into each other the same way we invested $700 into front-row seat tickets to see an operatic performance, we could get through this. Who lied to us and told us that there aren't enough resources? You should question what your source is. We all wonder why we don't have enough, and we look up at God like He's the one who's hoarding. God is a benevolent, generous provider, and seeing Him in that perspective is important. Before you look at the homeless with contempt, could you at least take the time to pray to God for them? What if God tells you that the solution to this problem involves you being the one who's supporting? We have too many in seats of power who keep taking from the bottom while the top gains more, forcing the unfortunate ones to forfeit. Some of you may be thinking, I don't want to share money with someone who didn't work for it. But aren't you the same person who shares air with billions of people who didn't create it? So what I'm hearing is you only share things that are convenient. You need air that you didn't earn or work for to keep breathing. You need water that you didn't invent to keep drinking. You need vegetables and fruits you didn't design the original seeds of to keep eating. Everyone take a second. Close your eyes. Now breathe in. Y'all smell that? It's generosity season. My words not getting to your heart? Well, let me give you a reason. If you're in this crowd and you're quick to defend your pride, be quick to defend the one who cries. Are you quick to vindicate your something that you was blamed for but you know that you did not do? Be quick to feed the homeless who have no food. Are you swift to buy a Birkin bag and then flaunt? Be fast to pay for someone's food at a restaurant. Why? Because we're family. This doesn't have to be a dog-eat-dog city if love and kindness is granted. We don't have to live by hierarchy. We can be equal. I know you understand it. Wouldn't you like to say that Chicago is a state where everyone is doing all right? Do you see that change is needed in this city? Then get up and fight. We don't have to repeat humanity's same old mistakes. We can change things. We don't have to keep cycling through the same fate. We can do it now, right now. All I'm saying is I want all of us to eat, so we gotta invest into each other so that everyone can have a plate. Trust me. If you do these things, you will go far. Everyone in this place has kindness buried deep within their hearts. It's time for your love to shine as bright as the stars. I say that with guarantee because there is a God watching, waiting to see if you would take at least 3 minutes to be kind to others. Let me tell you what's real. There is a law in this universe and there is no way around it. What you give comes back to you, so pay attention to those who are frowning. Frowning because they don't have a home. They couldn't do it on their own. The world showed them just how wrong and unfair life could be. So stand with me as in we. Most of us are one missed paycheck away from being kicked out on the street. And if it just so happens to be that you are wealthy, even more reason to believe with big bucks comes big responsibility. Every single one of us is family. Everything I'm asking of you, I already do. I see the pain that all of y'all go through, and that's why I practice what I preach. This isn't just some speech. I cried enough tears to fill up, I don't know, maybe 3 sinks, because I left my mother, my sister, my brother, aunties, uncles, and cousins, and a possible niece or nephew behind to be talking to you guys now. All because of the way things in Chicago have been going down. I mean, I never seen a town filled with so much depression, and that's why it's on this stage that I'm stepping. A sense of misguidance and violence among the adolescents. I had to learn some hard lessons, and I realized that my heart can't bear to watch the people of Chicago hurt. This is why I chose this line of work. I remember having nowhere to lay my head. That's why I pray for you. Yes, you. May you always have a roof over your head. I remember not having anything to eat. That's why I pray for you. Yes, you. May you always have something to drink. My family is on the East Coast with me being nowhere around, so that the joy of having home in Chicago could be found. A quick sidebar, so the praise doesn't go too far. I don't want any glory. When this poem is over, don't stand or clap for me. Tonight, you are hearing the heart of God and the cries of the homeless through me. I am nothing other than a vessel sent by the Father to get your hearts moving. So rock with me, roll with me, agree with me, because homelessness took a toll on me. Let's treat the situation like we're in this together, so when the storm comes, the homes can help the homeless survive the weather.